Hey guys, welcome to my opinion on Spider-Man 4. You guys are probably thinking right now, what are you talking about? What do you need Spider-Man 4? Apparently Spider-Man 4 actually is in the works. Like Avi Arad, the guy who's in charge of Marvel Entertainment, he announced that they actually are planning to make Spider-Man 4. Which I think is, I'd like to see that. I'm hoping that though they realize I hope that they take it in sort of a new direction than they did Spider-Man 3. So moving along, I'm gonna address some stuff that I know and stuff that's like rumored. First of all, J.K. Simmons is apparently the only one set to do to return as J.J. or J. Jonah Jameson. I always get that name wrong. And Sam Raimi apparently won't be returning to direct. He might come as like a producer, but he won't be directing this one apparently. Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst also. They're very like, I don't know. They're sort of at a crossroads of whether or not to come back for this. And yeah, I think if they, I don't know, there's some writer, I forget what his name is, James Vanderbilt, who, he's apparently the screenwriter, and he impressed the studio because apparently he's focusing a lot more on characterization for the movie, and I think that's a great idea because a lot of these characters, especially in Spider-Man 3, especially the villains, changed around a lot, and I'm hoping this guy, I think if the studio's like liking this guy, I'm thinking that he's got the right idea for the characters. So moving along, here's something I noticed. Okay, aside from, I think Harry is like a very important character, and unless he's gonna be like, Harry's gone obviously, and unless he's going to be like appearing with Uncle Ben, some flashback scenes, we're probably going to not get a lot of him unless they're going to replace him with someone. Here's my idea for replacement. Or sort of, not replacement, because that would be disrespecting James Franco. But I really think, because Harry died in the last one, he was helping Peter in the end, what they should do is introduce Black Cat or Felicia Hardy, because it would sort of set up not only a love triangle issue, a better love triangle issue compared to Mary Jane, Peter, and Gwen Stacy, but like the whole idea of Spider-Man getting a partner, because Spider-Man's been, aside from Harry at the end of Spider-Man 3, he's been working alone all this time, and he probably would think like, well, I don't want to put, you're probably gonna get your life at risk because I lost the last person my best friend was killed because of all this stuff going on, like this whole war against crime, and he probably wouldn't want somebody to get in that way or get in the way of that. So I think that'd be interesting. Sam Raimi apparently, if you guys, do you guys know who the well, you can't answer me right now. If you guys don't know who the Sinister Six are, the Sinister Six are 6 of Spider-Man's villains. Or, sorry, 6. I really can't count. And they're all, like, united to fight Spider-Man. Now, Peter had enough trouble fighting Sandman and Venom. He needed Harry's help. Do you really think he can fight 6 guys on his own? You're nuts! So I'm thinking, like, whoever, I'm hoping that goes into the waste bin with that idea. So moving on. Apparently, yeah, they're deciding not to do 6 villains. They're narrowing it down to pretty much 2. So I'm gonna give you guys sort of my ideas on some of the villains. First, okay, if you guys, I'm gonna mention like a few villain ideas. Not all that I have, but I'll put some in the description box over there. First villain is Vulture. Now, Vulture is obviously that flying guy. Apparently he was rumored to be in Spider-Man 3 replacing Venom, and he was gonna sort of be like he wouldn't have wings on his arms, he'd have them on his back, and he'd be Marco's cellmate, and he'd be pressuring him to do crimes. And he was apparently going to be played by Ben Kingsley, and Ben Kingsley I think looks a lot like the Vulture, and I think if the Vulture's ever in a Spider-Man movie, Ben Kingsley is definitely the guy who could play him. And yeah, I think like if for a future movie I might like to see the Vulture. Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter is this guy he's a bit of a mercenary slash animal hunter, and he's this guy from Russia, and his real name's like Sergei Kravinov or something, and there was a rumor going around that Oded Fehr, if you guys don't know who that is, he played Ardith Bay in the Mummy movies. It was rumored that he was going to play him. He looks almost dead on like how I think a live action Kraven would be portrayed. I think all he needs is really a Russian accent and that whole like lion outfit, and I think you could really play him. I'd like to if Kraven's in it, I'd like to see Oded Fehr as him. And of course, the last villain I want to talk about is the Lizard. Now, we've all been waiting for the Lizard, but apparently in Spider-Man 3, he says to Peter, "I'm a physicist, not a biologist," which kind of, it really differs from what he is professionally compared to the comics, and it's difficult to see how they would, if he was going to be the villain, I don't know how they'd be able to turn him into the Lizard. He might have like some idea towards biology of what to do, but I really would have liked to see I really think that if they're going to do Spider-Man 4, you cannot do it without the Lizard. One of the things that, like, I mentioned Kraven like 2 seconds ago, and I think Kraven would be a good idea to bring him in as sort of a villain to both Spider-Man and the Lizard. So we sort of have like, we don't have two villains united like we had in Spider-Man 3, but we had a villain, a hero, and another villain, or a sort of a villain slash hero, and they're all fighting each other. So I think that would be really cool. I definitely think it would set the movies apart. So yeah, like I said, I'll put some more information on villains. Like I said, I don't have a lot, but I think I can put some stuff up. Last point. Apparently, there's going to be 2 more sequels after this movie, and I'm hoping if they do have like 2 more sequels, please don't mess it up, because like 6 movies, I think you might be pushing your luck, because look at Spider-Man 3. A lot of people were it got mixed reviews, and I think if you're gonna do Spider-Man 4, you'd better like hope and pray that it does well, because if this thing does as if it does like how Spider-Man 3 did, or worse, then you're not gonna even get a 5th one. So yeah, I'm hoping that the writers know what they're doing, and the directors and all these people, and the actors obviously. So yeah, that's my opinion on Spider-Man 4, and hopefully I'm hoping that they might do a Spider-Man 4. Yeah, not to correct their mistakes or anything, but I'm really hoping that we get to see some characters that we want to see in the movie. So, bye bye.